Ferris, can you hear me?
Yeah, where the heck are we?
Same planet as before. Delta Python 5, isn't it?
But the weather's normal. What are those things down there?
Robots, actually.
There must be thousands of them.
Pawns in the game, right, Doctor?
Yes, Dara. Perhaps like us in a way.
So you're all going through with this competition for the event manipulator?
We have very few alternatives, Mr. Ferris. You know now what the Master will do.
Well, he'll enslave anyone he finds, or kill them when he doesn't need them anymore.
And there's the Apshai to consider.
You don't really think you can actually stop them, do you?
If we don't at least try, it could be the end of everything.
Dara is quite correct. The Apshai will continue to torment the cosmos. Even if we win and never use that event manipulator, there are more out there. And the Apshai will remain.
But what can you do?
I don't know. I just don't know. Here we are again.
Wow, that was fast.
No time to waste. There's much to do.
Security systems in place.
I thought this case was supposed to be neutral, off limits.
We never agreed to banning espionage, Dara.
The Master's going to spy on us?
If he can, he won't be able to resist the challenge.
We're trying to keep him busy.
Quite correct. We want him to divide his attention as well as his resources.
It's for his benefit anyway, if you get my meaning.
Shield bubbles secure.
Command and data functions secure.
I find it very disconcerting that our enemy stands but a few feet from us, yet untouchable but for a simple, opaque shield bubble.
Do not let it trouble you, my friend. We shall have our vengeance on that Time Lord before long.
Shall we inspect the troops, gentlemen? Excellent.
They obey our commands perfectly.
What of our opponent?
He has returned from his own inspection. The sentimental fool went out to the battlefield in person.
To each his own.
What is our first move?
Not yet. I've been distracted from my mission long enough.
Our future must be secured at least.
Yes, the past will take care of ourselves.
First, the cheetah influence.
Analysis commencing.
The event manipulator has found it. A single impulse in the brain, like a telepathic virus.
Isolate it. Destroy it.
Hurry!
Now, a new regeneration cycle. Make me truly a Time Lord again.
Cloning primary DNA structure.
Begin augmentation.
The cosmos has done its worst, but I survive. Do you hear me, Doctor? The Master survives!
So what is our old friend the Master up to now?
He's broken up his forces and materialized them all around the continent.
Why hasn't he materialized them all around the mountains here? He'd win the game.
We put a force wall there that would block any materializations. We anticipated that.
And knowing the Master, he's already anticipated us anticipating that and done the same to keep our troops out of the cave.
Can you follow this?
Well, I'm more or less used to it by now. Doctor, what does that mean?
Only one way to resolve this, like mature adults.
Rock.
Scissors.
I'll do it. One of the Master's armies in the southern region is advancing. They'll converge with one of our groups any moment now.
Aren't you going to do anything about it?
Undoubtedly. That's so tedious.
I thought you wanted to do this.
It was the only alternative. I was never very fond of military solutions.
Unfortunately, too many life forms in the universe are quick to resolve conflict through violence.
I'll second that.
So, while the Master's having fun playing soldier, what's our goal here? To distract him?
To force him into making one fatal error.
The Master can be brilliant at times, in his way. However, his arrogance will get the better of him, as it does with most Time Lords.
Don't say a thing, either of you.
I didn't say anything! How much longer will those tin cans in the southern quadrant keep fighting?
The Doctor has prepared his armies very well.
Too well. In fact, that's all he's done so far.
We'll be fighting for years at this rate.
Perhaps we can infiltrate his controls for the event manipulator.
He's created several. It will be some time before we find a genuine article.
A waste of time.
Then what do you suggest?
Be more aggressive. Destroy as many of his forces as we can before we make the final assault. You know the Doctor is too soft to retaliate.
We could set a few of our troops on self-destruct. and take some of the enemy with us.
Destroy them.
Look, Doctor, the guns on the Master's robots don't work anymore.
Excellent. That should irritate the master no end.
How did you manage that?
He's easily annoyed. Doesn't take much.
No, the weapons.
Oh, that.
Never mind him. To answer your question, our robots are equipped with defenses that diffuse energy weapon discharges.
Wait, there's a bright flash right here on this map.
Let's have a look. I don't believe it. The Master's robots south of here just blew themselves up.
Hardly an accident, I'm sure.
Now we have a large hole in our southern perimeter that we have to fill up.
No. Let him come through there. If he thinks he has a clear path to the cavern, he'll bring all his remaining robots.
He'll centralize his forces.
You mean they'll be sitting ducks?
I believe I said that.
Too bad Mark isn't here to see this. He wouldn't believe you'd be capable of running an army.
No, he wouldn't, would he?
It's nice to know the lounging about with Napoleon wasn't a complete waste. Would anyone like a jelly baby?
The way to our final objective is clear.
Double our numbers in the south and move in.
Oh, Doctor, your naivete has cost you dearly.
Our work has only begun. Our troops must regain long-distance offensive capability.
Why bother? With the event manipulator, we can act like gods. We can bring destructive power down from the heavens.
We agreed to no offensive weather control.
I wouldn't do that. Aha! The Master's forces are rematerializing in the south.
Getting ready for their big move.
As are we, Mr. Ferris.
Are you alright, dear?
I just have to keep reminding myself that I'm not really in the TARDIS.
We will be, soon.
There. Troops ready.
Right. Now we need a series of cascading force walls between us and them.
Guess he tried to sneak in when the shields went up.
At least now he'll keep most of his toy soldiers on foot.
What about your robots?
Most of them are on their way now, cloaked while we feed false data into the event manipulator scanner systems. If we're successful, the Master will be taken completely by surprise.
Let's hope he doesn't have any shields of his own out there waiting for him.
Or it'll be our turn to play dodge 'em cars.
One minor detail, you said?
Not now. I'm trying to contend with a hail of force beams coming down from the sky.
If you two have a moment?
Yes.
The Master is gathering his forces. They've swallowed the bait.
But the robots haven't reached them yet.
Victims of our success. Now we have to slow down the advance.
A shockwave?
From what? An explosion?
No, just one burst of kinetic force.
It looks like you got a 7-10 split.
Do be quiet, Mr. Ferris.
The important thing is that we have enough time to...
I'm not so sure. Look!
The wreckage is rebuilding itself. It's making more robots.
Those aren't humanoid shapes.
More like giant spiders.
Same course and speed as before.
How much longer before our robots get there?
Can't they move any faster?
What are we up to?
The Master must be updating his armies with fresh data. If I could find the carrier signal...
Wait. The Master's army due east is turning. He's ignoring the false scanner data. He found out!
Any objections to a full-speed charge?
Go!
Well, so much for stealth.
Look! The spider robots are going underground!
The Master realized he was walking into an ambush.
Maybe you can start an earthquake. Or a cave-in.
We can't. We agreed that the planet cannot be used as a weapon.
More of those force walls, then.
Everyone hold on to your seats.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
What was that?
A new series of cascading force walls, traveling along the tunnel those robots are in. We're in.
Don't look now, but...
Are they rebuilding themselves again?
Oh no.
We'll be here in a matter of minutes.
I told you not to... Is that what I think it is?
The Master's carrier signal to his armies.
Well, what are you waiting for?
All in favor of deactivating the Master's forces say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We'll hear from those in a moment, I think.
Doctor, what's the matter?
Did you find something?
I'm not sure. But I thought I...
That's the landing strip.
But where's the TARDIS?
The Master. Open the privacy shield!
You think quickly, Doctor.
What are you doing with my TARDIS?
Ensuring your cooperation.
I knew it. I knew you wouldn't just passively play along.
What a fool I've been. All this time I thought I was keeping you busy. When it was I who was the one being led astray.
Why are you doing this?
A very good question, my dear Mr. Ferris. There are a few unpleasant and unresolved matters between the Doctor and myself from our apprenticeship at the Academy. I could offer my silence. However, there is something even more important to him. His TARDIS.
Maudlin old fool.
Doctor, I'm sure you understand the power this event manipulator contains.
Even your TARDIS understands. For all the good the HADS function will do either of you.
A fly in amber. It won't escape while we control the event manipulator. Surrender to us, or your TARDIS will be destroyed.
Might I say this is a truly petty gesture?
You know the stakes as well as I.
All is fair in love and war.
Violation!
What was that?
We dictate the canon of competition.
The Apshai?
Violation?
What do you mean?
What you mean? Sentients cannot be combatants.
And none were ever.
Sentients engaged in combat.
It wasn't anything during the... Of course. The TARDIS!
What? It isn't sentient, it's a machine. Merely semi-organic components.
Is it? You of all people should know to look beyond the surface. The TARDIS has a soul all its own, even if most of us cannot perceive it.
But the battle was over. We only had a fixed number of soldiers.
The objective was not captured by a superior force. Pursue mutual vision until reality conforms.
Then the Doctor won because of a technicality?
Default. One Warlord of Apshai remains. The Doctor.
No!
Stop! There is nothing more we can do.
Warlord of Apshai. Come on.
I need a moment with the others.
Are they gone?
I doubt it, Mr. Ferris. They seem fond of making us think so, however.
My congratulations, Doctor. May I ask what your intentions might be?
If you have no objections, I propose that all space and time be restored, and our former selves back where they belong. I shall see to Darren, Mr. Ferris.
What of me?
First things first, I always say.
Very well, Doctor. I'm hardly in much position to argue. If you'll pardon me... I take it you heard.
It seems sensible enough.
No, this is not the future I chose.
Unfortunately, we are not the forces at play in the shaping of our future.
Look at me. Tell me you accept this as your fate.
It will have to wait till our next meeting.
Perhaps suffering will hound us, but we know now that it will end. All our efforts to study the Apshai has produced a better shaping of the future. For now, you must see that the Master does not suffer alone.
What are they up to over there?
Preparing to go back into the past, I imagine. I know from experience how difficult it is for past, present, and future to reconcile.
Well, let me be the first to say congratulations, Doctor. You keep moving up in the universe.
I doubt I'm ready for that. Or if that's what I'm truly being given here.
Then what?
City and proud seat?
That has been on my mind, yes.
At least my future looks interesting. After what transpired here, I think I'm actually prepared to find out what all that Merlin business was about.
I'll tell ourselves how it turned out.
Good, good. Farewell, Dara.
Goodbye, Doctor. Don't forget to send us a postcard.
Pleasure meeting you, Doctor. Doctors.
Sir.
Nice to see you again.
A pleasure, young lady. I look forward to our meeting for the first time. Doctor, my regards to all your disappearing rabbits.
I could bring them out for you.
No, that's quite all right.
Now, if everyone's ready. Good. Now, what are the memory banks? Oh, there they are.
What happens now?
I'm not sure. I have some theories. Nothing more.
A proud seat?
Possibly. That's what worries me.
But what does it mean?
It's from Paradise Lost, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Pandemonium, city and proud seat. Of Lucifer. A temptation of such power. Always dreaded moments like this.
Tired of your dark dominion already, my old colleague.
What are you doing here?
For the most part, I'm waiting for the Doctor to explain why I'm still here.
Why? Do you fear me that much?
With such power in your hands.
You're not exactly a reliable judge of character.
And yet I would have been more judicious.
Shall we find out? My old colleague. I'm ready.
Doctor?
I see it. I see the power connecting molecular circuits. Data being expanded. I carry them on my back. I see galaxies. They feel like snowflakes.
Can you see me, Doctor?
Get away from him!
My old friend.
I am the Master. You will obey me.
No! Ferris, help me!
Okay, watch it!
You dare!
Hold him! Keep him away from the doctor!
Now you see why pawns must never see the Apshai. The greed of parasites.
I understand. I need more power. I seek the flow of power and knowledge that moves each pawn.
Join the true competition. Swim through others' dreams. Crush them.
Again?
Power blooms all around.
I feel it. I feel it. All creation within my grasp.
Harvest.
My reach extends everywhere. What shall I claim as my own? Neither flux nor wither, nor change their state.
What?
What does that mean?
The Eye of Harmony on Gallifrey itself. The very source of Time Lord power.
Ah! The light! I can't see!
The Event Manipulator!
It's gone crazy!
Go! All of you! Now!
Not without you!
What makes you think I'd stay? Into the TARDIS!
You fool! What have you done?
What I had to do!
We can discuss it later. If we survive.
We can't fit in there.
You get in there!
Hey! What the...
Hold tight, everyone! Come on, old girl!
What are you doing?
Emergency dematerialization. We only have a few seconds to leave the system.
What did you do? Set the event manipulator on self-destruct?
Oh, much more than that. I made sure this won't happen to anyone ever again. Not the Apshai, not the Master, and certainly not me.
We've landed.
I need to see this. I must be sure.
Well, where are we? It feels like we're still next to the event manipulator.
Those stars look familiar. Is that Delta Python?
Yes, we're far from the edge of the system. Now both of you, take a firm hold on the console.
Look! Look at Delta Python!
Those beams of light! That's the event manipulator!
Don't look! Either of you!
But you're closing the view screen!
What's going on?
The power of the Apshai is being destroyed! Not just this event manipulator, all of them! Everywhere!
What about the Time Lords? And the Eye of Harmony?
I combine that power with every event manipulator ever built! One massive power center will shatter the Apshai's hold on the universe forever!
Oh, it's getting worse!
Just a moment longer! Almost finished!
I don't believe it. The whole system is gone.
Fortunately, there wasn't any other life nearby, which was the case wherever there was an event manipulator.
I knew it. I knew you could do it, Doctor.
Why, thank you, Dara.
You beat the Apshai. They're actually gone.
No. We remain.
That I did not doubt. Well, you're in a mood to retaliate, I expect.
Why? There was no violation.
What?
The strategy was unorthodox, yet adherent with canon. Well played.
You mean that's it? I don't understand.
When I destroyed all the event manipulators, I stopped the Apshai. My opponents. Right?
Much time will pass until the next phase of competition.
I'm sure the universe will understand.
For now, bear this honor. The first player to defeat the mighty Warlords of Apshai. May thy vision hold reign over the stars.
I'm not sure what's harder to believe. Does this happen to you all the time?
Oh no, only half. If it's any consolation, we can drop you off wherever you like.
Or whenever.
I think I'd better go back to Earth and try to explain what happened to the rest of the expedition. I'm not sure what I'll say, but...
We'll come up with something. Dara, why don't you take Mr. Ferris to the library to relax until we arrive?
Okay, I'll be right back. Right this way, Ferris.
Library? What else is... incredible?
Oh, I think I know who this might be.
Greetings, Doctor.
I was wondering if you had reached your TARDIS in time, so to speak.
You should know by now that I am indestructible.
If you insist. So what do you want now?
I believe I owe you an apology, Doctor. I should have said this sooner. The look on your face is priceless.
What brought on this sudden change of heart?
Yours. I never truly believed. I've seen you reject power, but never power on your own terms.
That is the difference between us. I don't need it anymore.
Yes, I see that now. We truly follow two different paths. However, if you interfere in my affairs in future, I will kill you, old friend.
More threats from the Master?
Yes, it's his way. Once we put Mr. Ferris back where he belongs, I can take you back to Canterbury if you wish.
What? What are you talking about? What did I do?
It's not what you've done, Dara.
This is about what the Master said back on the planet, isn't it? I told you, I don't care about that.
Perhaps you should. Deep down, in the recesses of your race memory, you already do.
I know who you are, Doctor.
Do you?
Yes. You're the best friend the whole universe ever had.
Thank you, Dara. Most kind. And it would mean a great deal if I could introduce my two best friends to one another.
I think you started that some time ago.
Ah, but this is a good time for a formal introduction. Now we know, for certain, we are all free. Now then, where do we begin?